light dripping through the blinds again. Blue on the ceiling, silver on your skin. Phone face down, but your mind still buzz. Another long day and it still ain't done.
You wore that calm like a tailor coat, held every weight and you never broke. Everybody leaned when you stood that tall. Nobody heard when your silence called.
You keep saying you got it under control, keeping that fire in a locked up soul. Breathing like a man with a wall in his chest, smiling so clean while you swallow the stress. Baby, the night sees what the daytime hides, the ache in your jaw and the storm in your eyes.
You don't need a speech, you don't need a fix,
just a room that's soft and a song like this.
Let the window hum, let the traffic fade, let the shadows come. You ain't gotta play, you can sit that way by the side of the bed. You can leave that arm right here instead. Tonight, you don't gotta be the strong one, you don't gotta move like the clock won't stop. You can let the city keep running without you. Let the pulse of the avenue burn on hot. You did enough for one long lifetime. Even if today never gave you proof, lay your head down slow, let the dark be kind. I see how hard you try, and that's the truth.
There was love on your mind and bills in your hand, dreams in the backseat, dust on the plans. Half of your heart and a message unsent, half trying hard not to wonder where it went. You keep your pride like a well-cut stone, but heavy things get heavier alone. And every I'm good that you toss in the air turns into smoke when nobody is there. I know that feeling of staring at the roof, trying to measure pain without calling it truth, trying to tell yourself you're just tired, that's all. So the quiet gets loud in the middle of all, and the future keeps knocking like rain on glass, making your spirit race while the hours pass. But right here, right now, you ain't gotta climb.
This room ain't asking you to outrun time. Let the screen go black, let the world spin on, let your shoulders drop to the shape of this song. You can take one night and not explain a thing. You can break in peace without breaking clean. Tonight, you don't gotta be the strong one, you don't gotta move like the clock won't stop. You can let the city keep running without you. Let the pulse of the avenue burn on hot. You did enough for one long lifetime. Even if today never gave you proof, lay your head down slow, let the dark be kind. I see how hard you try, and that's the truth.
Maybe your friends all think you float above, like you never doubt, like you never need love, like you don't go silent when the room goes cold, like your chest don't tighten when the night gets old. But the strongest glass still carry strain, and the cleanest smile can hide deep rain. You've been taking hits with a graceful face, now let this midnight be your hiding place. No need to earn what the dark can give, a little room to simply live, a little mercy with no demand, a little peace that don't need a plan. Let the neon paint your tired skin, let the hush of the hours settle in. No one here needs you sharp or brave, only breathing slow in a bed you made. No sirens in here, no pressure to shine, no hands on your back, no race against time. Just the hush of the sheets and the breath in your lungs, and a voice in the dark saying you already done enough. If tears ever rise, you ain't losing your name. If your hands start to shake, you ain't falling in shame. You're just human tonight, and that's more than okay. Let the moon hold the line till the fear drains away. Tonight, you don't gotta be the strong one, you don't gotta move like the clock won't stop. You can let the city keep running without you. Let the pulse of the avenue burn on hot. You did enough for one long lifetime. Even if today never gave you proof, lay your head down slow, let the dark be kind. I see how hard you try, and that's the truth. So breathe in low and breathe out slow, let the
The room say what nobody told you. You've been carrying more than they know. And for this moment, for this midnight blue, you can just be held by the quiet. You can just be held by the truth. You did enough. You did enough tonight. No, you don't gotta prove it. Not to the city, not to the mirror, not to the ghosts in your mind. Just let the night keep watch and let yourself unwind.
Midnight on the mattress, skyline in your eyes. Headphones on, but you still hear old goodbyes. That little crack in the heart you hide starts talking when the apartment goes quiet. You keep the dishes done, keep the emails clean, keep a brave face glowing in every scene. But the soul gets sore from the role you play. Like being needed means you can't drift away.
And you like being solid, the one they trust, the one who shows up no matter how rough. But who do you call when the pulse runs fast? When the future feels close and the faith feels past? When the girl you miss turns to a ghost in thought, and the dreams you built feel like knots on knots? You sit in the dark with your jaw locked tight, like rest is a thing you forgot to write.
But the night don't judge,
and the sheets don't ask
why you hold so much,
why you move so fast.
you can loosen up,
You can come undone.
there is nothing we can need and none of that tonight.
Let the ceiling keep your secrets. Let the rhythm take your guard. Let the bassline tell your body, you ain't gotta work this hard. You can leave the world outside the window. Let the city blur into a glow. For a little while, let your soul go still. You deserve this soft and slow.
I know your mind makes noise like trains. One thought leaves and another reclaims. Could've done more, should've said less, should've moved smarter, should've loved best. But there ain't no peace in the courtroom brain. Every memory framed like a source of blame. Sometimes all that strength you've learned just keeps the lesson from being unlearned.
So take this song like a light and smoke, not a cure, just a hand when the pressure chokes. Not a speech, not a sermon, not some big release. Just a small warm room where your nerves can breathe, where your chest can drop by an inch or two, where the night says softly, I'm proud of you. No crowd, no applause, no grand parade, just truth in the dark with a mask off fade.
But the clocks go mute,
Let the inbox die,
let your heartbeat find
a forgiving time.
you can miss somebody
You can feel what's next,
and still be worthy of a little rest.
let the ceiling keep your secrets. Let the rhythm take your guard. Let the bassline tell your body, you ain't gotta work this hard. You can leave the word outside the window. Let the city blur into a glow. For a little while, let your soul go still. You deserve this soft and slow.
There are nights when you scroll through faces, looking for home in familiar traces. But everybody's lit by a version they post, and it leaves you lonelier with every ghost. You wonder if anyone sees the load, the pressure in your spine, the invisible road. All the miles you walk while standing still, all the quiet walls behind your will. So let the room become your witness now. No need to explain the ache or how, no need to translate the tide in your bones. The way a full heart can still feel alone. The
be wrapped like a steady hand. Not pulling, not pushing, just helping you land. You don't owe the dawn a polished face. Take this dark hour as a sacred place. If all you do tonight is breathe, then baby, that's enough. If all you do is feel the ache without calling it bluff. If your eyes stay open half the night, watching shadows move, still the sun will sit beside you like the proof you never proved. You are not behind, you are not too late. You are not a machine made only for weight. You are flesh and hope and a tired, brave heart. And even the strongest hands need a place to fall apart. Let the ceiling heal us. Let the room stay dim. Let the room stay dim. Let the low end rock, oh, like a distant hymn. No one needs your answers, no one needs your pose. Just close your eyes and let the midnight know you're tired, you're trying, and that has always been enough. Even now, especially now, in this hush, in this slow surrender.
Street light gold at the edge of the curtain. Your mind still running like the end ain't certain. Another day folded up in the chair. Another clean reply that said you don't care. But your heart keeps receipts that your mouth won't name. Every almost love and every near miss pain. Every promise you made just to keep things smooth. Every ounce of fire you were scared to lose.
You're the kind of man they call when it breaks, the one who stays calm when the whole room shakes. But what happens when your own hands shake? When the smile goes thin and the ribs all ache.
You lean back slow and you stare at the dark, like maybe peace will finally spark.
From the lowly blue of the city outside, and the soft little song with nowhere to hide.
No pressure here, no road to keep, no need to stand when you need sleep.
Let the silence sit, let the heartbeat show. You don't have to rush anywhere tonight. Take your weight off the wire, take your name off the wall. You ain't built to be unbreakable. You ain't made to hold it all. Let the moonlight touch the places where you hold the day too tight. You can be a little lost here. You can be alright tonight.
I know that future in your head stays loud, big enough to pull thunder from a cloud. You want the life, the peace, the love, the room, but the one that starts to feel like doom. You compare your pace to the city's race, to every bright suit and every sharpened face, till your own reflection starts to look like somebody only half a book. But the truth ain't written by speed alone, and a tired heart still deserves a home, still deserves a pause, still deserves some grace, still deserves not winning every race. There are moments meant for the soul to land, not to build, not to fix, not to understand, just to lie in the dark and hear something true like the night saying softly, I'm with you.
Let your shoulders sink, let your jaw unchain. Let the rain of dark wash without the pain. You can close your eyes, you can leave things blurred. Nothing good is lost by a little rest. Take your weight off the wire, take your weight, take your name off the wall. You ain't built to be unbreakable. You ain't made to hold it all. Let the moonlight touch the places where you hold the day too tight.
Maybe you still taste her on a memory line, a laugh in the kitchen, a hand in time. Maybe you're not over the shape of goodbye, just better at acting like you don't ask why. Maybe the heart is a late night room full of old perfume and unworn truths. Maybe that ache is not a flaw to erase, just proof you love with a dangerous grace. And maybe the fear that you're falling behind is only a shadow cast by your mind. Maybe the life you want needs breath to grow, not constant force, not a constant show. So take this beat like a door unlock, a gentle break in the tightening clock. No one is scoring your midnight tears, no one is measuring these quiet years.
You can let your chest rise without bracing first. You can feel this calm without fearing the worst. You can need some love without begging for more. You can be held by the dark and still not be alone. The skyline can shimmer, the sirens can fade, the world can keep asking, but you don't have to stay in that version of you who never bends. Tonight be the man who lets the healing begin. Take your weight off the wire. Take your weight off, take your name off the wall. Take your way, you ain't built to be unbreakable. You ain't made to hold it all. But the moonlight touch the places where you hold the day too tight. You can be a little lost here. You can be alright tonight.
So listen to the air, to the room, to the low glass home.
Listen to
Part of you,
and never ask for much.
only quiet, only kindness,
Only one safe hour
but being enough.
feels close enough to touch.
And if your thoughts come back like headlights through the blind, let them pass slow, don't follow every line.
You don't have to solve what the morning hasn't asked. You can let this feeling settle. You can let this hour last till your breathing finds a bottom, till your heartbeat stops its fight,
Till your spirit finally whispers,
maybe I'm safe tonight. Yeah.
2:30 and the city looks distant, like every bright tower lost its insistence. Your room turns purple, the edges go soft, but your mind still climbs where your body fell off.
You replay the day like a film with no end. Every line you could change, every break you could mend. Trying to edit a life in the dark while your chest keeps time with a worn out spark.
You were the safe one, the steady reply, the one who could carry and never ask why. But even good shoulders get heavy at night, even brave people get tired of the fight. And no one can tell from the set of your face how hard you have run this invisible race. How many small wounds you disguise as control, how often you smile while you're losing your hold.
Come closer to the hush, closer to the sheets, closer to the part of you that never gets to speak. You don't have to lead, you don't have to know how to fix tomorrow. Be gentle now, let this late night hold you like the arms you never asked for. Let this slow song show you what your tired heart is asking for. Not perfection, not another reason, just a little mercy in the dark, just enough peace to loosen everything you carry in your heart.
There are texts you didn't send, truths you didn't say, futures you imagined and push away. Because wanting too much feels dangerous now, and hope can feel sharp when you don't know how. To trust that soft things can stay, to believe in calm for more than a day,
So you keep your hand on the wheel inside, even when you party, even when you hide. But baby, the night is a different kind. It doesn't demand that you sharpen your mind. It doesn't ask for a better plan, or a stronger jaw, or a steadier hand. It just waits by the bed with a patient breath, till the fear gets small and the nerves reset, till the silence sounds less like something wrong and more like a place you can belong. Let your heart be slow, let the blankets know all the things you hide in the afterglow. You can miss the past, you can fear the dawn. Still this hour says you are worthy now. Let this late night hold you like the arms you never asked for. Let this slow song show you what your tired heart is asking for. Not perfection, not another reason, just a little mercy in the dark. Just enough peace to loosen everything you carry in your heart.
Yeah, maybe no one ever taught you rest, but I'm making this sound like less than your best. Maybe being praised but never folding made you forget the cost of holding
everything in place while your own soul bends, trying to be strength till the whole act ends. But there is a grace in unclenching too, and letting the night be kind to you.
No medals here for the most contained, no prize for being endlessly trained, to bury the tremble, to mute the ache, to dress every wound like a clean mistake. The song came close so you could hear that being worn down don't make you unclear. It only means you've been carrying truth for too many hours with too little room.
So let your eyes think, let the water come, let the old pain leave in a midnight home. Nothing breaks in you that was meant to stay. Only the pressure loosens, only the strain gives way. And if sleep comes late, still don't call it lost. Rest can start with breathing, rest can start with pause, rest can start with one small thought. You no longer fight. Maybe I have done enough, maybe I can stay tonight. Let this late night hold you like the arms you never asked for. Let the slow song show you what your tired heart is asking for. Not perfection, not another reason, just a little mercy in the dark. Just enough peace to loosen everything you carry in your heart.
Skyline is still there,
The world
will still spin. Morning can wait outside till you let it in.
for now be nobody's answer, be nobody's shield. Just be a tired man breathing in a room that finally feels
soft enough,
safe enough,
still enough to heal.
no need to rise yet, no need to decide who you will be tomorrow or what you need to hide. Just feel the mattress under you, feel the cool air move, feel the part of you that's still alive and finally has room to rest without apology, to soften without fear, to hear the simple sentence you've been needing all these years.
Yeah. Your keys hit the table like the end of a war. Shoes by the door, you can't run anymore. Neon from the buildings pours into the floor, and your shadow looks older than it did before. All day you were composed, all day you were clean, a king in the office, calm in the scene. But the crown gets heavy when nobody sees how much you hold together with your bare hands and knees.
You wanted a love that felt quiet and true, wanted a future that made sense to you. Wanted one night where your head could be clear, without every next step breathing in your ear. So you kill the lamp, let the room go low, put your headphones on and let the soft drums roll. Cause music says things you don't know how to say, like you can stop fighting for one slow day. Let it melt off your skin, let it slide from your spine. All the names, all the needs, all the way to the grind. You can be just a pose, you can be just a breath, you can be more than useful in the middle of rest. When the night comes down easy and the skyline turns to haze, let your worries lose their edges, let your body leave the race. You don't have to earn this moment, you don't have to prove your worth. You are worthy in the silence, you are worthy on this earth. Maybe your father taught you not to fold, maybe the city made your spirit old, maybe heartbreak turned your softness into steel. Maybe now you only trust what doesn't feel. But underneath the armor and the pace, there's still a tender thing that needs some grace. Still a younger you that wants to hear it's alright, you can put it down in here. Not forever, not some grand retreat, just enough peace to get back to your feet, just enough dark to soften the glare, just enough truth to feel someone is there. Even if it's only your voice and the sound, a warm low note when the walls close around. Even if it's only this midnight prayer you are seen, even now, even there. Let the thoughts pass by like cars below. No need to chase, no need to know everything tonight, everything ahead. Just let the music make a home in your chest. When the night comes down easy and the skyline turns to haze, let your worries lose their edges, let your body leave the race. You don't have to earn this moment, you don't have to prove your worth. You are worthy in the silence, you are worthy on this earth. I know there are nights when regret comes close, with all the faces and unfinished roads, all the versions of you that you never became, all the people you loved who still carry your name. But sorrow ain't proof that you're broken through. Sometimes it's just love with nowhere to move, sometimes it's the heart asking to be heard in a language deeper than spoken words. So let the room be a harbor tonight, let the dim blue dark make space for light. Not loud light, not a spotlight beam, just the kind that rises inside a dream, the kind that whispers instead of shouts, the kind that calms all your inner doubts, the kind that tells a tired man this rest is not failure, rest is bliss. You have done enough, even if it feels unseen. You have stood enough in places cold and near. You have loved enough to know what absence caused. You have held enough to know what strength has lost. Now let the bear receive what the world took all day. Let the slow chords gather what words couldn't say. No need to be iron, no need to be stone. The bravest thing tonight might be not being alone. When the night comes down easy and the skyline turns to haze, let your worries lose their edges, let your body leave the race. You don't have to earn this moment, you don't have to prove your worth. You are worthy in the silence, you are worthy on this earth. So stay here a little longer in the lavender dark, where the city sounds distant and the soul leaves a mark on the pillow, on the stillness, on the breath you release. You are not just surviving, you are allowed a little peace, a little peace, a little peace tonight. And if sleep comes in fragments, take each one like grace. No night has to be perfect to become a healing place. Just let the rhythm rock you till the hardest edges cease, till the man behind the strong face. finds a little peace, finds a little mercy, finds a little room to be held by midnight music and the blue light in the room.
Your jacket on a chair like a second skin, still holding the shape you were trapped in. Long day on your shoulders, long miles in your head, but now it's just a city in the side of your bed. Window cracked open, night humming low. Traffic like a river, you don't need to know where it's going, who is chasing, what it needs. You already ran enough for a week of dreams.
You got that look of a man who survives by keeping 10 different storms organized. A smile that lands where the pressure grows, a voice that stays steady whenever it shows.
But the room sees deeper than the daylight can. It knows the cost of becoming that man. The way your silence fills with things unsaid, the way your heart still races when the world goes dead.
Take the chain off time, take the armor down, let the air move slow through this dim lit town. You can come back home to your skin tonight. You don't have to win to deserve the night.
After the rush,
Stay here. After the noise, stay near. Let the dark say softly when nobody says, oh yeah. You can breathe without fixing, you can rest without fear. After the rush, stay here. After the rush, stay here.
maybe it was work, maybe it was love, maybe both came down from the same sky above. Maybe one small message changed your whole mood. Maybe nothing happened and you're still bruised. That's the strange way the late hour moves. It pulls at the seams and loosens the truth. You don't need disaster to feel worn through. Sometimes being strong is what empties you.
Still, you keep your back straight out in the world, like the weight in your chest never fully unfurled. Like your thoughts don't circle the same old street. Like your spirit don't ache when the room gets weak. But right now nobody's asking for that. No polished dance and no confident mask. Only this pillow, this low warm sound, this little blue room where you can calm down. Let the phone go dark, let the plans go still, let the future wait past the windowsill. You can miss a face, you can feel what's next, and still be worthy of unclenching in your chest. After the rush, stay here. After the noise, stay near. Let the dark say softly when nobody says, oh yeah. You can breathe without fixing, you can rest without fear. After the rush, stay here. After the rush, stay here.
There are versions of you the world learned to praise. The calm one, the sharp one, the one who don't sway, the one they can call when the pieces all slide, the one who says I'm good while swallowing tides. But maybe the truest thing under your name is not the control or the cool of the frame. Maybe it's this with your head in your hand, trying to remember you're more than a plan. You are more than the deadlines stitched to your week, more than the steady way other people speak of you. Like a wall, like a light, like a guide, while you quietly wonder where your softer parts hide. They didn't disappear, they just learned to wait for a room like this and an hour this late, for a song that don't demand anything new, only lets the quiet be honest with you. No need to prove that your pain is real, no need to earn a chance to heal, no need to make your hurt
No need to be what you've always been. Just lie back and feel the sheets and hear the little tremble in your heartbeat. That's not weakness, that's release. That's a tired soul meeting peace. After the rush, stay here. After the noise, stay near. Let the dark say softly when nobody says all here. You can breathe without fixing. You can rest without fear. After the rush, stay here. After the rush, stay here. So keep the lamp low, let the skyline blur, let the hours stop as they pass unheard. Nothing needs solving, nothing needs speed. For one slow midnight, you can have what you need. And if the old thoughts come back like headlights through the blind, let them pass without climbing into every room of your mind. This night is not a courtroom, this bed is not a test. This music is just telling you you're allowed a little rest. You're allowed a little mercy. You're allowed a little grace. You're allowed to be a tired man in a quiet healing place.
The room is dim and the air feels slow. Purple in the corner, city lights below. Your body made it home, but your thoughts still roam through every place you failed to call your own.
You hold yourself like the world might crack if you ever leaned or if you ever lacked. One more inch of discipline, one more act of grace, one more steady answer on a tired face.
You learn young how to keep things tight, how to move through pressure and still look right, how to hide fatigue in the set of your jaw, how to make people think you don't feel much at all.
But the dark tells truth in a cleaner tone. It knows how heavy it gets alone. It knows your chest's been carrying weight that never got named till the hour got late. Let the blinds breathe in, let the room hold still. You don't owe the night any strength or will. You can be undone, you can just exist. You don't need a reason for a song like this. No need to be unbreakable,
no need to hold the line,
no need to make a home
inside a constant grind.
Tonight let all that pressure fall
like rain from neon skies.
No need to be unbreakable,
just human for a while.
Maybe there was a call you ignored all day, 'cause you had no more calm left to give away. Maybe there was a name that crossed your head and turned your whole room colder in the bed. Maybe it was her, maybe it was you, maybe it was the ache of what love can do. Leave a little trace in the pulse and throw a ghost in the air when the curtains float.
Still you don't talk much when it hurts like that. You just put a blanket and stare back flat at the ceiling fan and the silence there. Like if you look long enough it will answer prayer. But healing don't always arrive with words. Sometimes it's a low, warm chord unheard by everybody else except the part in you that just wants permission to stop pushing through.
Let your breathing drop, let your heartbeat land. You don't need control in your every hand. You can miss the mark, you can skip the race. You can meet yourself in a softer place. No need to be unbreakable,
no need to hold the line,
no need to make a home
inside a constant grind. just human for a while. The city sells speed like a holy thing, like worth is measured by the heat you bring, by the stack you build, by the sleep you lose, by the way you never pause long enough to choose. But your soul don't move at that kind of rate. It needs open hands and an hour late. It needs somewhere small where the noise can't get inside every nerve and every regret. And regret has teeth on the night that's thin. It bites where the old wounds ever sealed in. The plans that drifted, the love that bent, the feelings you buried, the words unsent. But none of that makes you listen now. It only means you're alive somehow. Alive enough to ache, alive enough to feel, alive enough to need what's quiet and real. Maybe rest is brave, maybe still is strong. Maybe letting go is where you belong. Maybe peace begins not in fixing pain, but in letting midnight wash it down like rain. Maybe all this time you were asking for not escape, not numbness, not one thing more. Only to be seen without having to speak, only to be held at your softest, weakest. No need to be unbreakable, no need to hold the line, no need to make a home inside a constant grind. Tonight let all that pressure fall, ooh, like rain from neon skies. No need to be unbreakable, just human for a while. So let your eyes close if they wanna close. Let your hand go loose, let your body know this hour is not here to ask you for proof, only to remind you there's mercy and truth. And the truth is simple, though it takes time to hear. You are not less worthy for the weight you carry here. You are not less needed if you step away tonight. You are just a tired man under healing city light, with a song in his headphones and a quiet place to land, learning that the strongest thing might be not forcing your hand. Blue light on the blanket, half moon on the wall, a long day in your bloodstream, refusing still to fall. You washed your face, killed the noise, shut the kitchen down, but the thoughts came in softer when the whole world calmed. Now it's just your breathing in the low and slow, and the far-off sound of a city you know. Still asking for movement, still glowing outside, while you learn how to sit with the ache you hide. You always did carry yourself like stone, even when the pressure cut down to the bone. Even when your eyes felt high with strain, you spoke like weather never touched your frame. 'Cause being the strong one became your name. A clean white shirt over invisible pain. A practiced calm in a crowded room. A private storm in the bedroom blue. Let the window stay cracked, let the silence move in. Let the night touch the places you don't show your friends. There is nothing to fix, nothing to defend. You can just be here now till the dark turns kind again. Blue light, open heart, let the healing start. Not all at once, not in a rush, just enough to soften what got hard. Blue light, open heart, let the city drift apart. You don't have to hold your whole life up. You can rest inside the dark. Maybe you've been thinking about how time goes, How every year gets shorter, every night gets close. How love can be near and still feel unknown. How success gets loud but leaves you alone. Maybe you've been thinking about your younger self. What'd he say if he saw all the strength you felt? Would he call you brave or just tide it through? Would he recognize what the world made of you? Still, there is something in you untouched, a place I never learned to push this much. Quiet core under all the need, under every schedule, every speed. This song is trying to reach that part, the one still warm beneath your guard, the one that doesn't need a crowd to tell it it survived somehow. Let the chest unbind, let the jaw release, let the memory pass without stealing peace. You can think of her without drowning there. You can want more life and still breathe. It's a light, open heart, let the healing start. Yeah. Not all at once, not in a rush, just enough to soften what got hard. Ooh, blue light, open heart, let the city drift apart. You don't have to hold your whole life up. You can rest inside the dark. I know there are nights when even comfort stings, 'cause slowing down lets you hear too many things. The fear, the doubt, the almost tears, the old soft wounds from unslept years. But running from them never made them small. It only made your spirit hit the wall. Tonight you don't need to outrun pain, just let it breathe and thin like rain. You are not a machine built out of drive. You are a man trying hard to feel alive, trying to be enough in a world that moves like rest is weakness and worth is proof. But I swear there is holiness in pause and letting your body obey gentler laws, and choosing one night not to carry it all, and answering softness when the shadows call. So put your hand on your tired chest, feel that beat is doing its best. After all the strain, after all the push, it still shows up through the midnight hush. That's your proof, not the money, not the pace, not the fearless mask you wear on your face. Your proof is the pulse, still asking for light, still reaching for peace in the middle of the night. Blue light, open heart, let the healing start. Not all at once, not in a rush, just enough to soften what got hard. Blue light, open heart, let the city drift apart. You don't have to hold your whole life up. You can rest inside the dark. Stay a little longer in the valley there. Let the slow notes gather what you couldn't bear. No one here is judging, no one needs your role. Only this quiet room trying to reach your soul. And if sleep comes gentle, take it like a hand. If it doesn't, that's okay. This night will still stand beside your breathing, beside your truth, beside the tender fact you've already made it through. More than anybody notices, more than you admit. So let the blue light love you till the overthinking quits, till the city fades to silence, till the pressure loses art, till your tired body whispers, I can open up my heart. The evening turned midnight while you were still awake. counting all the pressure in each breath you take. Curtains breathing softly, blue against the floor. The whole room saying nothing, but somehow saying more. You've been giving everyone the steadiest side, the capable version, the one with the stride, the one who doesn't fold when the schedule gets mean, the one who knows exactly what every silence means. But your heart gets tired of being managed like that, of being trained to behave, to stay quiet, stay flat, of being told in 100 invisible ways that worth comes from motion and endlessly brave. So now in this room with your headphones on, you let the low warm drums carry you along. Not upward, not louder, not out of your skin, just deeper towards some place calm within.
You can let the evening hold you like a hand behind your neck. You can let the silence know you at your least compose your best. There is nothing here to conquer, there is nowhere left to race. Only one slow night inviting all your edges into grace. You can let the evening hold you, you can stop holding up the sky. You can leave tomorrow waiting past the blinds and traffic lights. You don't have to stay a symbol, you don't have to know what's next. You can let the evening hold you till your soul gets some rest.
Maybe love has been a hallway in your chest, full of open doors and never let you rest. Maybe every almost made you harder to reach. Maybe every goodbye taught your heart not to speak. Maybe work became the language you trust most, 'cause numbers don't vanish the way people go, and structure feels safer than wanting too much. When the world can turn distant right after a touch, still there is a need in you deeper than pride, deeper than the cool you keep polished outside. A need not for pity, not rescue, not praise, just one honest hour at the end of the day, where you are not judged by the strength you display or how much you can handle without decay, where the room says gently what life rarely does. You're allowed to be tired because you gave enough. Let the skyline blur, let the memory dim, let the fear grow light at the outer rim. You can close your eyes and not call it defeat. You can rest your spirit without losing heat. You can let the evening hold you, you can stop holding up the sky. You can leave tomorrow waiting past the blinds and traffic light. You don't have to stay a symbol, you don't have to know what's next. You can let the evening hold you till your soul gets some rest. It's okay if your mind keeps circling slow. Healing isn't clean and peace can come in rows. A minute of calm, then a wave comes back, then another soft minute in the dark and black. You don't need perfect stillness to be restored. You don't need every thought aligned or ignored. You just need this hour and this place to land, and the courage to loosen your own clenched hands. There is something sacred in the late night air, when nobody's asking and nobody stares. When the city glows like a distant stream and the room feels close as a second dream. This is where the harder edges lose their claim, where the overworked heart forgets its shame, where being alive is enough for a while, where sorrow can soften and sleep can smile. So breathe in slow till the chest goes numb. Breathe out all the static, all the duty, all the storm. Let your shoulders lower, let your jaw unlock, let your pulse remember it is not a clock. You are not behind, you are not too much, you are not broken for needing touch, even if the touch is
only song at night. Even if the comfort is blue electric lights. So stay on the mattress, stay under the glow, stay with the music in the hush below. No one is taking this moment peace away. No one is measuring what you didn't say. And if you wake later, still tangled in thought, remember this night and the lesson it brought, that even a strong man can soften an end, that even the longest day is somewhere to end, that even your tired heart, with all it went through, can let the evening hold it the way it deserved to.
When the city finally goes quiet, you can hear your real thoughts move, not the ones you use in daylight, not the strong and polished truth, but the softer, slower questions that you keep beneath your name. All the things you never mentioned, 'cause control became your frame. You come home with your shoulders carrying half a week in one long night. Every little task still echoing, every doubt still wound up tight. And you sit there on the edge of the bedding of yourself, like if you stay still long enough, you might hear what you have felt. Let the night come closer, let the hum grow dim, let the silence enter where the strain has been. You don't need to sort it, you don't need to know how to name the heaviness, to let your body slow. When the city finally goes quiet, let your breathing be enough, let your heartbeat speak in private, let the world stay far from us. You can stop the inner climbing, you can leave the pressure blind. When the city finally goes quiet, leave the hard part all behind. Maybe you were taught that pausing was a luxury, not a right, that the men who earned affection were the ones who stayed airtight. So you built yourself from effort, from reliability and drive, from becoming who they counted on, no matter what it cost inside. And it cost you, yes, it cost you little pieces every day. A tenderness you keep protected, 'cause it scares you when it sways. But the truth is no one living can stay still from dusk till dawn. And the parts of you that tremble are not proof that something's wrong. Let the blankets catch what the world let fall. Let the blue light soften every tightened wall. You can miss somebody, you can need some peace, you can be a whole man and still crave release. When the city finally goes quiet, let your breathing be enough, let your heartbeat speak in private, let the world stay far from us. You can stop the inner climbing, you can leave the pressure blind. When the city finally goes quiet, leave the hard part all behind. I know some nights the future glitters like a blade instead of light. All the goals and all the versions of yourself you haven't tried. And comparison comes easy in a place that worships speed, where everybody looks certain and nobody shows their need. But certainty is often costume and perfection is a lie. Most of us are just pretending we don't hurt when dreams run dry. Most of us are just exhausted, trying hard to make it mean, trying not to break in public, trying not to feel too seen. So tonight let this song witness what your pride would rather hide. Not to shame you, not to fix you, only sit here by your side like a friend who knows your silence and can hear beneath your calm how much strength it took to carry everything until now. No one needs you clever, no one needs you bright, no one needs solutions in the middle of the night. You can just be breathing, you can just be there. You can let the weight dissolve into the violet air. You can let your eyes close without fear of falling back. You can trust one quiet hour not to turn into a trap. You can let the stillness hold you without proving you're okay. You can rest before tomorrow starts asking things again. When the city finally goes quiet, let your breathing be enough. Let your heartbeat speak in private. Let the world stay far from us. You can stop the inner climbing. You can leave the pressure blind. When the city finally goes quiet, leave the hard part all behind. So keep the curtain half open, skyline blurring thin. Let the night be more than darkness. Let it be a kind of friend. You have done so much already, you have carried more than shown. When the city finally goes quiet, you don't have to do it alone. Even if the calm comes slowly, even if your mind still runs, even if one part of you keeps bracing for what comes, stay here with the lower rhythm, stay here with the softer view. When the city finally goes quiet, let it finally quiet you. You got home with the city still buzzing, like the streets don't know how to stop warning. And somehow the sound got stuck in your chest, like even in silence your mind won't rest. Keys on the counter, shoes by the door, a tight kind of piece on the hardwood floor. But your thoughts keep circling the same old flame. Every task, every fear, every unfinished name. You wore your calm like it came for free, like strength was a place you're just meant to be. Like no one could tell by the set of your eyes how often your courage is just disguise. Cause you learn how to carry without making noise, how to bury the ache under practical poise, how to be the one others safely lean on, even when your own light is nearly gone. Let the room go deep, let the lamp stay low, let the tension leave anywhere it goes. You don't have to track every thought tonight, you can just let go into the quiet light. Still here, still worthy, even when the day ran through you, even when your heart got heavy and nobody really knew. Still here, still worthy, you don't need another sign. You can let the midnight hold you, yeah. You can leave the world behind. Maybe you're thinking of all you should be. About 26 in a loud city dream. A bigger apartment, a cleaner future. A love that stays when the nights turn brutal. Maybe you're tired of always being composed, of saying I'm straight when your chest feels closed, of knowing too much about how to cope and not enough about how to hope. Cause hope can feel dangerous after a while, like something naive behind a trained smile. So you keep it practical, keep it contained, keep your softest needs out of sight, unnamed. But underneath the habits and all that control, there's a part of you asking for something whole. Not a miracle, not some dramatic start, just one safe hour with an unguarded heart. Let the traffic fade, let the screen stay black, let the future wait till it calls you back. You can be unsure, you can be wanting, still this room says you can settle in. Still here, still worthy, even when the day ran through you, even when your heart got heavy. Nobody really knew. Still here, still worthy. You don't need another sign. You can let the midnight hold you. You can leave the world behind. There are nights when the memories hit strange, like old songs drifting through weather pain. A face in a taxi light, a laugh in the rain, a feeling you buried that rose again. And maybe you hate how it still gets through, how one small thought can unsteady you. But being affected ain't weakness, no, it's proof there's a river beneath your control. You are not less for the things you feel, not less for needing what's warm and real, not less for the ache that feels it's late, or the way your spirit resists the pace. You have been enough in rooms no one saw, enough in your effort, enough in your flaws, enough in the moments you barely got by, enough in the way you still continue to try. No witness needed, no badge, no applause, no proof but the pulse still under it all. Still beating through doubt, still beating through strain, still choosing tomorrow after all of today. That matters, it counts, that means something true. Not because it looks good, but because it was you. Showing up again with your tired, brave soul, trying to stay kind, trying to stay whole. Still here, still worthy, even when the day ran through you, even when your heart got heavy. Nobody really knew. Still here, still worthy. You don't need another sign. You can let the midnight hold you. You can leave the world. So lay back deeper, let the blankets know how hard you have held what you couldn't show. No need to explain it, no need to perform. Just be a living heartbeat, trying to stay warm. And if sleep takes time, let the softness stay. Not every healing night ends the same way. Sometimes peace is only a gentler state of mind, a room that doesn't ask what you haven't left behind, a song that keeps repeating what life forgot to say. Still here, still worthy. You made it through today.
No one sees the fight like midnight does. No one hears the strain beneath the buzz of how you move through every room, like you and pressure got engaged too young.
You make it look easy from the outside in, a collected face on measured grin. But then I can read the flicker fast, the way your steady starts to crack at last.
You like being needed, that much is true. It gives your tired heart a job to do, makes the loneliness feel useful somehow, gives shape to the pain you don't allow.
But usefulness ain't the same as peace, and carrying everything don't bring release. Sometimes it just makes a man forget
how much he needs, what he won't request.
Let the hour know it can take its time. Let the room stay soft at the edge of your mind. You don't need a brace, you don't need a guard. You can set it down, what has gotten hard. No one sees the fight like midnight does.
How you keep it quiet, how you cover up,
how the strongest face can hide a flood,
how the calmest words can come from loving.
If nobody else says it clear enough,
let this slow song tell you what it knows.
No one sees the fight like midnight does,
and still it says you're doing more than enough. Maybe that's why darkness feels honest, not because it fixes, just because it's modest. It doesn't ask you to shine or explain, doesn't ask you to package your pain. It just sits by the bed while your mind unwinds, while regret and hope trade places inside, while old love flickers through the seams, and the future hums in unfinished dreams. You got ambition like a live wire glow, and fear right beside it wherever you go. You want more life, more love, more room, but wanting can turn the night to doom. If every desire becomes a test, if every quiet second feels unaddressed, so let desire be softer tonight. Not a demand, just a small warm light. Let the pulse go low, let the thoughts unbread, let the music lean near aching head. You can need a pause, you can need relief, you can be strong and still need peace. No one sees the fight like midnight does. How you keep it quiet, how you cover up,
how the strongest face can hide a flood,
how the calmest words can come
from love. And if nobody else says it clear enough,
let this slow song tell you what it knows.
No one sees the fight like midnight does,
and still it says you're doing more than enough. You are not behind because you feel too much. You are not failing for needing a touch, even if the touch is only bass and air, only purple light and a folding chair, only the mattress under your weight, only the mercy that comes this late, only the truth that sneaks in slow when the blinds cut lines in the midnight glow.
There are wounds you can carry with style for years, till one small silence pulls them near, till one deep breath is what the mouth won't say. I'm tired in a real and human way, not broken, not lost, not falling apart, just overused courage and a tender heart. Just too many days in survival mode, and not enough nights on a softer road.
So take this moment without a plan, without becoming a better man, without improving
the pain away,
without
pretending you're less afraid. Just be here, whole enough, with your pulse, with your dust, with your ache, with your grace, with your hard-earned human face. No one sees the fight like midnight does.
How you keep it quiet, how you
Cover up, how the strongest face can hide a flood,
how the
calmest words can come from love. And if nobody else says it clear enough,
let this slow song tell you what it knows.
No one sees the fight like midnight does,
and still it says you're doing more than enough. So if the tears stay back, that's okay tonight, and if they don't, That's alright. Nothing about your heart needs editing here. Nothing about your tiredness makes you disappear.
You are still the same man, only softer in the dark, only closer to the truth and the role you play at work. And maybe that is healing, not a fix, not some big move. Just finally letting midnight see the fight in you and answer with compassion, instead of asking more, till your breathing slows to something you can almost call restored.
You don't have to answer tonight, not the text in your mind, not the fear in your chest, not the version of life that keeps knocking in the dark. Like if you stop, it all will break. Like if you loosen one small grip, something precious you will waste.
You have lived too long like a doorway for everybody else's weight. And somewhere in that constant giving, you got used to running late to your own body, to your own feeling, to the part that wanted rest, to the younger self still hiding under all your practice strength.
Let the mattress know how you really land. Let the night be gentle with your tired hands. There is no emergency in this room right now. Only one slow hour you are allowed.
You don't have to answer tonight.
You don't have to solve or explain.
You can let the city keep turning.
You can let the sky hold the rain.
You can be a man with questions and still be held by quiet light. You don't have to answer tonight.
Maybe she still crosses your mind when the room gets almost kind. Maybe not with drama, not with heat, just with the ache of an absent beat. The way some names become a weather that lingers long after goodbye. The way some love leaves no clean ending, just a softer place to bruise inside.
And maybe work became your shelter, 'cause numbers don't look back at you. Goals don't ask for vulnerability. Plans don't ask what you've been through. So you pour your hours into motion till your spirit starts to thin, till every pause feels like exposure and every silence caves you in.
But this silence isn't empty, it's a place for you to land. Not a test of who you are, not a demand. You can listen till you're breathing like it's saying something true. You have carried all you could, now let the dark carry you.
You don't have to answer tonight.
You don't have to solve or explain.
You can let the city keep turning.
You can let the sky hold the rain.
You can be a man with questions and still be held by quiet light. You don't have to answer tonight.
The world loves certainty and faces, a clean reply, a steady tone. But real life blooms in rougher places, and all the things we cannot own. You are not less for being unsure, not less for all the thoughts you hide, not less because your strength gets tired, not less because you hurt inside. In fact, the hurt might be the doorway back to what is still alive, back to what no schedule managed,
No performance could disguise the need for warmth, the need for witness, the need to hear without defense. That being tired is not a failure, it's the proof of what you spent. So take your hand and lay it flat across your chest, and notice that your heart kept going through every strain, through every bright unfinished day. That is enough for this one night. No bigger lesson, no final light, just this small mercy, this breathing room, this open window, this violet gloom. You don't have to answer tonight, you don't have to solve or explain. You can let the city keep turning, you can let the sky hold the rain. You can be a man with questions and still be held by quiet light. You don't have to answer tonight. Stay with the low drum, stay with the air, stay with the silence till it feels less bare. No one is waiting with a score tonight, no one is checking if you got it right. And if tomorrow asks again, you'll meet it when it comes. But for now, let all your unfinished thoughts go quiet one by one. Let the room become the answer, let the softness be the sign. You don't have to answer tonight, you only have to be alive. You were carrying too much. You were carrying too much. You were carrying too much. You were carrying too much from the minute the sun went down. Even before the room got quiet, even before you made it home somehow. You could feel it in your shoulders, in the tightness near your throat, in the way your smile stayed working long after hope turned low. You were carrying too much, but nobody could really tell, 'cause you learned to make exhaustion look like discipline too well. You learn to answer with composure, you learn to hide the deeper ache. You learn to be the kind of man who never lets his own heart shake. But the room can't tell and the bed can't feel the difference between surviving and something real. So let the night begin where the daylight ends, with no expectations and no need to pretend. You were carrying too much, let the dark take some of it. Let the music hold the pieces you don't know where else to fit. You don't have to keep on lifting everything that's on your mind. You were carrying too much, put it down tonight. Maybe part of it was wanting a life that felt a little wide, more than deadlines, more than proving, more than keeping fear outside. Maybe part of it was loving people who didn't know your weight. Maybe part was all the pressure of becoming something great. And maybe greatness got distorted into never needing help, into being self-contained enough to leave your feelings on the shelf. But there is nothing noble in turning tenderness to stone. There is no price for building a whole life while feeling alone. You were carrying too much, even in the moments that look still. A mind can sprain inside a body that is trying not to feel.
nights the quiet grows like a mirror you can't dodge, showing every place you've overgiven, every place the spirit's scarred. Let your breathing lengthen, let your eyesight blur. You don't need to sharpen anything you've heard. You can just receive what the hour brings. A little less pressure, a little more peace. You were carrying too much. Let the dark take some of it. Let the music hold the pieces. You don't know where else to fit. You don't have to keep on lifting everything that's on your mind. You were carrying too much. Put it down tonight. The city makes a religion out of always being known, out of turning all your limits into something to outrun. But your soul was never built for worship at that speed. It was built for touch and meaning, for the chance to feel and breathe, for a room with one low lamp, for a beat that moves like rain, for the simple sound of someone not demanding you explain, for a sentence small and steady that can land beneath your skin. You were tired for a reason, you can let the healing in. You were carrying too much, and the truth is that you cared about your future, about your people, about the ways your love got scared, about the image you kept guarding, about the peace you couldn't reach, about becoming someone solid in a world that worships peace. So if your eyes stay open, watching shadows on the wall, that doesn't mean you're broken. That doesn't mean you failed at all. Rest can start with honesty. Rest can start this way, by finally admitting how hard you held the day. And if your chest feels lighter only by a little bit, take that as a blessing, take that as the shift. The world can have you later, your task can't wait in line. Tonight belongs to breathing, tonight belongs to time. You were carrying too much, let the dark take some of it. You were carrying too much, let the music hold the pieces. You don't know where else to fit. You don't know where. You don't have to keep on lifting everything that's on your mind. You were carrying too much. Put it down tonight. Put it down in the blanket folds. Put it down in the midnight blue. Put it down in the quiet bass that somehow understands you. Put it down in the city's glow, past the half-closed blinds. Put it down for one small hour and leave the weight behind. You have earned no less by resting. You have lost no worth by slowing. You were still that same strong man, only softer in the knowing that you were carrying too much. And that truth can still be kind. So let the music take your hand and walk you out of your mind, toward a slower kind of mercy, toward a peace you don't have to fight. You were carrying too much. You can stop tonight. Let the hours loosen around you tonight, like a tadpole free under violet light. Like the city forgot how to ask for more. Like your heartbeat found a less guarded shore. You came in carrying the shape of the day, all the noise and names that won't fade away. But the room is patient, the sheets are wide, and nothing in here needs a stronger side. You spent all evening being hard to read, giving the world what it said it needs. A steady voice, a careful face, a man who never falls out of place. But the late night air has a different truth. It knows how strain settles into youth, how 26 can feel twice that old when the mind stays lit and the hands stay cold. So let the window breathe, let the ceiling fade, let the pressure drift from where it stayed. You don't have to tighten around every thought. You can leave them all half finished, half lost. Let the hours loosen, let the hard day go. Let the room be softer than the world below. You don't have to hold every piece in line. Let the hours loosen and give your heart some time. Maybe there was a look that stayed with you, a memory one that turned to blue. Maybe there was a future you almost touched, been pulled away because it hurt too much. Maybe love taught caution in a tender way, made your soul quieter day by day, till wanting itself felt sharp as glass, and hope felt like something you had to outlast. Still, deep in the part you don't show your friends, there is a need that never fully ends. Not for rescue, not for some grand save, just one safe space where you don't act brave. One low-lit room where no one demands that you explain your heart with steady hands. One stretch a night where being enough doesn't depend on looking tough. Let your jaw unclench, let your shoulders sink, let the old fears blur at the outer brink. You can miss what left, you can feel what's due, and still deserve something warm and true. Let the hours loosen, let the hard day go. Let the room be softer than the world below. You don't have to hold every piece in line. Let the hours loosen and give your heart some time. There's a religion in the city, built on speed and shiny proof, on staying busy, staying wanted, on hiding every tender truth. And maybe you got fluent in it, maybe you wore it like a skin, till even when the room grew silent, you still heard the race within. But your soul was never asking to become a sharpened blade. It was asking for a harbor at the end of what you gave, for a little recognition, not applause, not pride or claim. Just a voice inside the midnight saying softly, you don't need to explain. You were carrying more than people guessed, more than the smile, more than the pressed collar and calm in the well-timed joke, more than the chest that almost broke. And here with the low drums rolling slow, you can finally let the tightness go. Not forever, just enough to prove that peace can start when the hours loosen. If the tears don't come, that's alright tonight. If they do, that's alright. Nothing about your worth depends on the form that your tiredness takes when it leaves your arms. It can leave its breath, it can leave it still, it can leave its sleep, or the lack of will to keep pretending you're untouched by strain. It can leave its truth in the midnight rain. Let the hours loosen, let the hard day go. Let the room be softer than the world below. You don't have to hold every piece in line. Let the hours loosen and give your heart some time. So stay under the low light, stay where the air is kind, stay where your pulse stops racing, every corner of your mind. No one needs your answers, no one needs your pose. Just let the hours loosen yourself go into the hum of the city, into the soft blue room, into the place where pressure no longer gets to bloom, into the hush that knows you better than daylight can, into the simple mercy of being only a man who tried and kept on trying. And now gets one slow night to let the hours loosen and breathe beneath the light.
Midnight was made for men like you, men who go quiet when they cut into, men who keep moving with a careful grace while the whole damn week still lives in their face. Men who got praise for being composed so long they forgot how to come unclosed. Men who can hold a room together but fall apart slow in private weather.
You walk through the city like a finish line, like pressure and purpose or one design, like needing relief is some small disgrace, like rest only counts when you've earned your place. But the dog don't care for that old deal. It doesn't ask if your wounds look real, it just takes your outline as it is. A tired brave heart in a room like this.
Let the bass sit low, let the blinds cut light,
Let the silence meet
what you hide at night.
There is no one here
Keeping score on you,
only this hour saying you can loosen to. Midnight was made for men like you,
for the ones who hold it all till they turn blue,
for the ones who speak in steady tones
while the loneliness grows
in their bones. Midnight was made for men like you,
for the ones who need a place to tell the truth
without a speech, without a fight.
Just a bed, a song, and one soft night.
Maybe your love life feels half-lit still, a hallway of almost an iron will. You wanted something warm that could really stay, but trust got tired in the hardest way. So now you keep one foot near the door, even when your heart is asking for more, even when a memory slips through clean and turns your whole room into a scene.
Or maybe it's work that keeps you late, 1,000 little hooks of fear and fate. The sense that if you ever slow too much, everything you built might lose its touch. But nothing alive can bloom on strain, nothing human runs forever on pain. Even engines need a hand pulled back, even stars burn out on a constant track.
Let your chest drop low,
let your hands lie still,
let the restless mind
lose a little will.
You can be enough without doing more. You can be received by the midnight floor. Midnight was made for men like you,
for the ones who hold it all
till they turn blue, for the ones who speak in steady tones
while the loneliness grows
in their bones. Midnight was made for midnight was made for men like you,
for the ones who need a place to tell the
truth without a speech, without a fight.
Just a bed, a song, and one soft night.
I know there are layers under all your calm, worries like static beneath your charm. Questions about time, about love, about worth, about what this grind is all really for. And maybe no one says it plain enough, that living this way can get cruel and rough, that being reliable can make you disappear from your own body, your own life here.
So let this track be a hand on your back, not pushing, not judging, just holding the crack where all the pressure leaks out slow, where the tired parts finally show. No shame in there, no loss of pride, only your truest self under the ride, under the city and all it demands. A man who deserves to unclench his hands.
No need to shine, no need to teach, no need to name what you can't yet reach, no need to sort the hurt from the fear. Just let the quiet come closer here. No need to look like you got it all, no need to catch what tonight let's fall. No need to be anything but true. Midnight was made for a man like you. Midnight was made for men like you, for the ones who hold it all till they turn blue, for the ones who speak in steady tones while the loneliness grows in their bones. A midnight was made for, midnight was made for men like you, for the ones who need a place to tell the truth without a speech, without a fight.
Just a better song than one soft night. So leave tomorrow past the blinds and go. Leave the old defenses by the door below. Let the room remind you of what the world forgot. You were more than effort, more than what you brought,
More than the world of strong one, more than the cool reply, more than the carefully managed look behind your eyes. You are a tired human heartbeat, still worthy, still bright.
and midnight was made for men like you, to be held by the night. You need a place where your mind can land, not another plan in your open hand, not another goal with a sharpened edge, not another promise out on the ledge. Just somewhere the low night air feels kind, somewhere not ruled by a racing mind, somewhere a tired heart can hear itself without being judged for what it felt.
The city taught you a clever pace, how to move with hunger and wear a face that says you're cool, you're good, you're fine, even while your nerves pull taut inside, and people believe what you let them read. The calm, the drive, the reliable speed. They never see the after hours cost, how much of yourself gets quietly lost. Let the beat go wide, let the room go dim, let the violet edges blur at the rim. You can stop reaching for one small song, you can let your thoughts not need to be strong. A place where your mind can land, a place where your chest can ease, a place where being alive doesn't feel like another thing to achieve. You can lay your worries down, you can let the whole world spin. A place where your mind can land and your healing can begin.
Maybe what hurts most is not the stress, but how often you carry it with finesse. How often you make pain look clean, so no one notices what it's been to be the one with the answer ready, to keep your voice and your posture steady, to laugh on cue, to say you're straight while your spirit bends under hidden weight. And maybe there are nights you miss some version of love you almost kissed, a future with softer corners and room, a home that didn't feel like a proven ground. But longing can get heavy when you're alone, and ricochet
ricochets off the walls of home, turns every little sound into a sign that you're behind on life and out of time. But the night knows better than that low life. It sees how much you have had to hide. You can rest before you understand it all. You can let the quiet catch what daylight drops. A place where your mind can land, a place where your chest can ease, a place where being alive doesn't feel like another thing to achieve. You can lay your worries down, you can let the whole world spin. A place where your mind can land and your healing can begin. What if peace is smaller than you imagine? Not some big turning, not some full transformation. Maybe peace is just your breathing slowed, and the thought that you don't have to hold every outcome, every thread, every plan to still be a worthy and decent man. Maybe peace is simply being seen by the silence between the kick and the sheen. Maybe healing starts in ordinary ways, a loosened jaw at the end of the day, a hand on your chest, a curtain half drawn, a song that stays after the day is gone, a sentence you hear and almost believe. You can stop now, you can finally leave the battlefield of your overworked head and come back home to the side of the bed. No crowd here, no image to keep, no climb left, just the need for sleep. Or if sleep won't come, still no shame in that. Rest can start where the pressure cracks, and rest can start with a softer tone. Rest can start when you feel alone, and don't run from it, don't feel the air. Just let the room show you it's there. A place where your mind can land, a place where your chest can ease, a place where being alive doesn't feel like another thing to achieve. You can lay your worries down, you can let the whole world spin. A place where your mind can land and your healing can. So let the low drums guide you past the sharp inside. Let the skyline fade into color at the edge of your side. Nothing needs resolving, nothing needs command. This room can be the answer, a place where your mind can land. And if tomorrow finds you still carrying some strain, remember this night existed, remember this slow refrain. There is a place within the music where your scattered thoughts can mend, a place where your mind can land and not have to run again. You can rest before you understand everything, before the future settles, before your phone stops ringing, before love makes sense, before a break gets small, before every broken thought learns where to fall. You can rest before the answer finds its name, before your life looks clean, before you beat the game, before the city crowns you, before the fear goes mute. You can rest right here in the unfinished truth, 'cause you've been living like completion is required, like peace only comes to the fully rewired, like tenderness must wait till the struggle is done, like rest is a prize only won by someone who never slips, never aches, never doubts, never lies awake with the old fears out. But that's not human, and that was never fair. No soul grows calm by learning not to care. Let the thought go by without chasing it, let the the room stay closed without naming it. You don't need to solve every hidden thing. You can rest before you understand everything. You can rest before you understand everything. Before your heart explains all its weathering. Before the missing pieces return or align. Before every reason becomes a sign. You can let the midnight love you as you are. A little bruised, a little tired, still a star. You can rest before you understand everything. Maybe someone what you're feeling has no shape, just the pressure in the ribs who want to escape. Not your life, not exactly, just the pace, just the way to keeping up that steady face. Maybe some of it is grief in casual clothes, a memory you think you packed but it still grows. Maybe some of it is wanting to be known without having to crack your voice or change your tone. Maybe you're exhausted from the role of being fine, from making all your private aches stand in the line, from being praised for how well you take the strain, when what you really needed was a room for the pain. Not pain as drama, not pain as display, just pain is something human at the end of the day. Something that asks for a little low light, a little compassion in the middle of the night. Let the blankets hold what the day could not. Let the baseline warm every tangled thought. You can breathe without turning breath to proof. You can rest before it all becomes the truth. You can rest before you understand everything. Before your heart explains all its weathering. Before the missing pieces return or align. Before every reason becomes a sign. You can let the midnight love you as you are. A little bruised, a little tired, still a star. You can rest before you understand everything, because understanding is not the same as peace, and knowing every reason doesn't mean release. Sometimes peace arrives before the map is clear, just from finally feeling safe enough to be here. Safe enough to stop rehearsing what you'll say. Safe enough to let tomorrow wait a day. Safe enough to notice how your body pleads for something slower than your endless needs. Your life is not late because you're still unsure. Your worth is not reduced because you need a cure. For all the pressure modern days can make, for all the ways a brave man learns to overtake his own limits, his own longing, his own rest, till he's surviving well but never feeling blessed. Let tonight be different, let tonight be small, a quiet kind of healing that doesn't need it all. No revelation, no final release, no sudden perfection, just pieces of peace. A shoulder unclench, a softened stare, a room that doesn't rush what you're carrying there. A rhythm that tells you what nobody said, that you are still worthy in the sun-made bed, that you are still enough in this half-lit room. The rest can come early before the full bloom. You can rest before you understand everything. Before your heart explains all its weathering. Before the missing pieces return or align. Before every reason becomes a sign. You can let the midnight love you as you are. A little bruised, a little tired, still a star. You can rest before you understand everything. So let the skyline blur, let the old thoughts fade, let the night be kind to the plans delayed. No one is asking for a clearer mind, only for a moment where you stop being unkind to yourself, to your limits, to the ache you hide so well, to the version of you living under discipline's shell. You can rest before you know it. You can rest before it sings. You can rest before you understand everything. You are allowed to exhale now, allowed to let the whole room hear the part of you that kept it together all day, all week, all year. Allowed to take your hand off the future, allowed to loosen your grip on time, allowed to stop translating your tiredness into something productive in your mind. You are allowed to be still here in this blue and violet hush, with the city glowing far below and the low warm beat in your blood. Allowed to be more than useful, more than needed, more than strong. Allowed to be a tired human being, carried softly by a song. Let the breath go long, let the chest fall open, let the silence say what stays unspoken. There is no dead here, no test to pass, only the slow night and the weight that can finally relax. You are allowed to exhale, allowed to come undone, allowed to leave the hard face where the daylight left it on, allowed to stop the proving, allowed to feel what's real. You are allowed to exhale and let the midnight heal. I know your mind doesn't quit easy, it circles every thread. The call you missed, the thing she meant, the future knocking in your head. The money, the love, the pace, the fear, the version of you think should appear, all lined up like neon on wet concrete, bright and restless underneath your feet. But not every thought deserves a throne, not every burden must be owned, not every silence means you're lost, not every pause becomes a cause. Sometimes the bravest thing is this, not a breakthrough, not a kiss, just choosing not to chase the storm and letting your body return to warm. Let your shoulders lower, let your eyes unguard, let the beat move through what has gotten hard. You can be uncertain, you can still be safe, you can breathe in pieces and still find grace. You are allowed to exhale, allowed to come undone, allowed to leave the hard face where the daylight left it on, allowed to stop the proving, allowed to feel what's real. You are allowed to exhale and let the midnight heal. You spend so much of yourself on holding plans and holding pain, holding image, holding language, holding love that didn't remain, holding the center when things got heavy, holding your calm when the room got loud, holding the tears till they lost their shade, holding your doubt beneath your pride. No wonder your spirit wants a harbor, no wonder your heart leans toward these sounds, no wonder late night R&B feels like the only place you can come down. Because it doesn't ask you questions, it doesn't ask you to explain, it just meets you where your breathing is and takes some pressure from the strain. This is what you've been needing, not escape, not sleep alone, but the quiet affirmation. You don't have to do it on your own, even if no one else is with you, even if the room is all you see. This music can become a witness to the way your hands. Exhale the image, exhale the race, exhale the fear. You are falling from grace. You are not falling, you are arriving at the gentler truth of simply surviving and still being worthy of comfort and light, of a little tenderness at the end of the night. You are allowed to exhale, allowed to come undone, allowed to leave the hard face where the daylight left it on, allowed to stop the proving, allowed to feel what's real. You are allowed to exhale and let the midnight heal. So breathe until the room feels wider. Breathe until your mind slows down. Breathe until the city sounds like water instead of a restless town. Breathe until the blankets feel like something close to grace. Breathe until you meet yourself without that guarded face. And when the dawn begins eventually with all its ass and light, remember there was once a midnight that told you you were right, to need this softness, to need this pause, to need a song that held your heart without demanding. 'Cause you are allowed to exhale, you are allowed to feel, you are allowed to be held, you are allowed to heal.
The city lights are bleeding through my window. Another night I couldn't find the off switch in my head. The coffee's cold, the clock says midnight. I keep on scrolling through the things I left unsaid. I turn the lamp down low and pull the blanket tighter, pretending that the weight I carry isn't there. But something in the silence feels a little kinder, like someone out there knows, like someone out there cares. I don't need the world to see me right now, just need a moment just to breathe somehow. 'Cause every day I give everything I've got, and maybe that's enough, maybe that's a lot. 3 a.m. and I'm still here, still fighting through the fog and the fear, still holding on when no one else can see, just you and the night and the quiet in between. 3 a.m. and I'm still here, and somehow that alone means more than it appears. I made it through another day, I made it through, and I'm still here. I replay all the moments from the morning, the words I said, the things I could have done. But somewhere in the middle of the worrying, I forget to give myself a little credit for the run. 'Cause I got up again when it felt heavy, I showed up even when I had nothing left to give. I kept on moving slow and unsteady, and isn't that the hardest way to live? I don't need the answers right now, just need to lay my head down somehow. 'Cause every night I face myself alone and slowly find my way back to what I know. 3 a.m. and I'm still here, still fighting through the fog and the fear, still holding on when no one else can see, just you and the night and the quiet in between. 3 a.m. and I'm still here, and somehow that alone means more than it appears. I made it through another day, I made it through,
just have to make it to the light, and the light will come, I have no doubt. So let the music hold you where you are, let the melody remind you who you are. You did enough today, you did enough, you did. The morning's gonna come before you know it, and with it all the chances to begin. So for tonight, just let the city hold you, and forgive yourself for everything. There's grace inside the stillness of the darkness. There's peace inside the parts you haven't healed. And somewhere in the space between the heartbeats, you'll find a you that's learning how to feel. I don't need to rush right now, just let the night slow down somehow. 'Cause every 3 a.m. I've ever known has always led me back, has always led me home. 3 a.m. and I'm still here, still fighting through the fog and the fear, still holding on when no one else can see. Just you and the night and the quiet in between. 3 a.m. and I'm still here, and somehow that